I'm wondering, have you ever felt stuck? Just saying that word, probably a picture comes to your mind, right? Stuck in line, stuck in a class with a teacher you didn't want, stuck somewhere in life looking for those open doors, and yet looks like they haven't come yet. What do you do when you feel stuck? Here's the problem with stuck. If you have the mentality that you're stuck, there's nowhere to go. But could there be one more thing that you've overlooked? I truly believe it. Listen to me. You're not stuck, but you've been strategically positioned for this hour. It's yours. Your time in history. But maybe there's something else you've overlooked. What you've been given for every open door from here to somewhere else. And it's called a VIP pass. You know, I could tell you today, well, I just feel stuck as a blind woman. And I'll tell you my story in just a moment. But the truth of the matter is, I'm a visionary that's been dropped into a visual world that's gone blind. And I'm wondering, what do you see today? I could tell you, standing before you today, I have looked forward to talking with you, to encouraging you, but I feel stuck right now with a cough that I wasn't expecting. What do you do in those times? See, listen, don't be thrown off your game when there are things that happen to you in life that you don't plan for. I know exactly what that's like. That was my life. I had a long list of my agenda and what I wanted to do with my life. And blindness was never part of it. I had a day when I had to make a choice, and that particular choice has affected every day since then. I was nearly 4 months pregnant with our second daughter. And I'd gone through a gamut of tests that day. The doctors had seen something they were suspicious about, but I didn't know what it was, nor did they. So at the end of the day, after all these grueling tests at a very famous hospital in the Midwest, I was sitting alone in the doctor's examining room. And he came in and he said, "Gail, you have to choose today between your baby or your eyes." What a pop quiz. How do you prepare for that? I quickly said, "I choose my baby." The doctor stood up, slammed shut my folder, and said, "What a foolish decision." And he left the room. I not only had made a major decision, I had already been judged on it. What you have to have in your darkest hour is vision. Vision. Vision always sees beyond obstacles. It sees beyond what you're facing right now. It sees beyond every closed door that you think you have currently. If you're not careful, you'll live life based only on what you see. That is true blindness. But living life with vision, oh, hey, listen, the sky's the limit. And that's part of having a VIP pass. It's being a visionary. Having vision to see beyond what most see. Again, I'm curious, what do you see? Do you see yourself stuck? Do you see yourself stuck with no opportunities? No open doors? Do you see yourself with inabilities? You can say, well, how does that work, especially in your case when you can't see at all? Oh, believe me, I'm your best friend. You all look great. I see open doors that you haven't begun to see because I see your destiny. I see your potential. And as far as being someone who can see, oh, yes, of course there's obstacles along the way, and of course there's frustrations. I would love to be able to see what you see. And yet, in some ways, I think you're limited. And that's what I want to help you move beyond. Because some of you might only be looking for one particular door. And if you're not careful, you'll overlook the big door that's been opened to you. But it wasn't what you thought it would be. It could be that you haven't seen all of the closed doors as actually protection and not rejection. See, I believe that if you think you're stuck, well, again, it looks like life is unfair. It shouldn't have happened to you. But if you see yourself positioned, everything that you have done in your life is preparation for what's coming tomorrow. That's why you seize the moment. That's why you make the best of everything. On a personal note for me, listen, of course it's a challenge not to see. I've walked out with the wrong man before. I've gotten in the wrong car. I've corrected the wrong children in front of their parents. I've talked to people who aren't there. And I've even reached out to hug people and gotten the wrong body parts. That's awkward. But I keep reaching. I don't give up. What about you? Do you withdraw because you had one failure? Failure is not to be feared. I think the concern would be if you think that failure is defining you. No, failure refines you. When you're a visionary, you just go, you know what? I can learn from that. I'm moving on. And for me personally, there's so much that drives me beyond not being able to see. I feel like I'm just blindfolded. And when you learn to be a leader that's simply blindfolded for a season, guess what? You learn skills that most don't learn. Like how to listen on a deeper level. How to have discernment when most, again, are only limited to their eyesight. When reading a text, when studying something, you don't just look for what's on the surface. You dig for the gold. Hey, listen, anything could be shiny on top of the surface. Usually it's fool's gold. But digging deep, that's where the real gold vein is. You have to have vision to continue to do that. Even in your weakest hour, even in those awkward moments. I travel around the nation constantly speaking, and airports are part of my lifestyle. So I was standing in the airport, I was at the gate. We were nearly ready to board the plane. And I turned to my husband. I was just talking away to him, telling him this incredible story, not knowing he'd walked over to the ticket counter. So as I'm just talking away, telling him this great fact, a gentleman on the other side of me said, "Ma'am, who are you talking to?" Oh, that was my first clue, right? So I just turned to him, I smiled real big, and I said, "Oh, I speak for a living. I'm just practicing." But you know, I'm curious, what are you practicing in your dead space? All of us have it, which brings me to the second part of this VIP status. Your influence. Who's influencing you? In your dead space, what are those voices you're hearing? Voices of long ago that say, "You can't. You'll never amount to anything. You don't have what it takes." If you're not careful, those kind of voices will influence you all your life. And it really won't matter if open doors come or not, because you don't think you can. And I'm here today to tell you that's a total lie. Yes, you can. Don't you ever give up on the ability to have your capacity expanded. See, life is the classroom. There's so much more to learn. It's beyond just a few years of academics. It's being a learner, a wanting to know, and choosing wisely who will influence you. Choose your mentors wisely. Choose your teachers wisely. And some of you may say, "Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm stuck with my teacher." Every teacher, whether good or bad, listen to me, can teach you something. One, they can teach you how not to be in life. But you can learn, because what is it? Life is about more than just facts and an exam. Every day you'll have to make a choice. I could say to you, you know, where I am right now, it was a painful choice. Or I could tell you how I really feel about it. The daughter I carried that day, she's our only married daughter so far. And she and her husband have given to us 3 incredible grandchildren. See, what it's given me is literally in my darkest hour, vision was birthed. What it's given me is the importance of having vision beyond my life, but vision for the next generation. And when you have that, people will flock to you. And there will be open doors that might have appeared to be closed at first, but now they're suddenly open, not because of something you've memorized, not because of a bunch of facts, not because of something that you've written down that you're trying to follow to tell people. No, it's about a life message. And I'll tell you, a life message is irrefutable. Even in your weakest moment, you may say, well, I can't. Why would you say that when you can do all things? I must encourage you. Be influenced by the right voices. Be influenced by the right mentors. You may say, well, I don't know how to afford those kind of coaches. I don't know how to get those kind of mentors. There's books, there's training, there's seminar. The way the internet has opened up to us, I'm just saying choose wisely. I love the wise proverb that says, he who is wise walks with wise men, but a companion of fools will be destroyed. You have more to choose in this game called life. Be diligent. And it's all about having a vision of where you're going. The other thing is about people who influence you, voices that influence you. The question is, no matter where you are, no matter your age, who can you influence? Who can you encourage? Who can you reach out to? Who can you wrap your arms around to the side of you? Who can you reach behind you and say, come on, walk with me. I'll help you. And more than anything, who can we reach up to? Say, God, I need your help. No limits. No limits to the influence. You know, possibly you've been looking for open doors that give you a title and a position. But I'll tell you something even more powerful. It's influence. Ever since I was a little girl, what I wanted more than anything was to be an influential leader that would encourage people to see beyond. I just never knew that I'd have the opportunity to do that once I couldn't see it all. It hasn't stopped my influence. In fact, if anything, it's given me the opportunity not to be distracted, but to listen, to keep going. Which brings me through the third point of this VIP pass, and it's called purpose. Vision you must have. Grow in vision. In fact, dream big, because all of heaven's dreaming big for you. Influence. You're looking for someone influential to open doors for you. Why don't you practice yourself? Because what you do when you're small is what you'll do when you're big. Open doors for other people, and guess what? God will send you a divine butler that will open doors you didn't even know where they were. You'd never seen them before. And then it's all because of purpose. You have a heart's desire, but it's purpose that really you want to fulfill with all your life. You may say, I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what I'm doing next year. I have no idea what I'm going to do with my career. I have no idea the decisions that are in front of me. What will I do? Ask, what's your purpose? I've told my children ever since they were small. We have 4 daughters and a son. What a great delight when the doctor said there's no way you can ever have children. Was it a struggle in the middle of having children? Of course. I never really knew where the kids were. But somehow I didn't lose any along the way. Isn't that amazing? And just recently I heard one of them share, our mom who couldn't see taught us how to see. See the needs of people. Have a compassion for people. Don't think that your limitations somehow disqualify you for that open door that's right in front of you. But I've always told my children, you were born on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose. And my heart is that you serve your generation with purpose. And you can do the same. I believe that passion fuels you, but it's your purpose that drives you. My passion, I get to live it, encouraging people on the front lines of life to see a bigger picture. Your passion, guess what? Great news. It's connected to purpose. You may say, well, wow, if I go with purpose, then I have to give up my passion. Or if I go with passion, maybe it's not my purpose. No, they're both intertwined. And that makes you a whole leader. Continue to grow in both. Don't deny either one. And then be persistent. What does persistence look like? I'm often asked in interviews around the nation, why would you have children? Why would you do it? And I really believe the core of what I'm being asked is, how did you choose between convenience and legacy? See, legacy wins every time in my life. Legacy. It's about something bigger than my inconvenience. And if you're not careful, you'll say, well, it's inconvenient to knock on one more door. What if that was the door? You might say to me, well, I've knocked on 10 doors already and they've all been slammed shut. Perfect. It was protection. The next one, it's going to be yours. The line is moving. Don't give up so easily. And don't be inconvenienced by life. A true leader is going to be persistent. They're going to continue to ask. Why? Because there's something yet to be given. They're going to continue to seek. Why? Because there's something yet to be found. And they're going to continue to knock because there's a door yet to be opened. And that door will be the door to many doors yet to come. Believe me, I see that perfectly. And what I want you to do is see it for yourself. You, ladies and gentlemen, have VIP status. The real question is, what will you do with it? A VIP status, VIP pass? You could either put it on the shelf and go, wow, great, I have VIP status, and never use it. Don't let anything that comes your way, challenges, see beyond them. Obstacles, get around them. But don't give up. There's too much for your life because you're not stuck. You've been positioned for this hour. Now, here's the big question. It's your choice. Where will you live and how will you live? May He grant you, according to your heart's desire, and fulfill all your purpose. You're not stuck. You've been positioned. It's your choice.